I was 17 years old. I was fearless and ruthless. Nothing was going to stop me.
You're lucky enough to be young enough to conform to what the government wants to think. Me, I live in El Salvador with my mother. I'm 20 years old and I'm a student. Well, at least I was. Schools are safe as they used to be before. There's usually military presence to take kids out of the classrooms, torturing them, or possibly shooting them.
God and Virgin Mary were by my side, and I knew that nothing was going to happen to me.
Brainwash, that's the plan. Making you think what they want you to think, making you say things that you don't want to say.
Even though it's dangerous, I'm still going to be a soldier and fight for what I believe in, because I'm a very religious person, and I'm not going to let no stupid government take away my religious freedom.
It is dangerous to go outside. They're not really out for me, but I still hide. I can't go to sleep. Gunshots everywhere.
It's time to change the way we live. Grab my Bible, put on my boots, and say goodbye to my mother. I could see the cold teardrops coming out her eyes, and the sadness that covered her face.
I need to visit my friend, Francisco Flores. He lives in a neighboring town. He always talks about getting an education in America. I think he's a crazy man.
Every step I took, I could feel the eyes piercing through the back of my head.
The education in America? Who does he think he is? Well, he doesn't have a chance to go to America, like the way I have mine.
I walked a couple miles, then I realized I'm not going to make it in time. I need some kind of transportation.
Every step I take is quiet, hoping that none of you will hear me.
All I get is a donkey. I arrive at the main front of the battle, and I see all of the other recruits who are there. They're like the beautiful horses. The horses were prepared, swift, and cutting through the battlefield, but all I have is a donkey.
I can see his house. It's a mile away from now. Right over there. Wait, why are two soldiers standing in front of his house? Oh no, he can't be. He didn't join the resistance. He never told me. Stop standing. Just keep walking. The walking towards me now. You're about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your shoulder brushes against mine. I'm tempted to look back, but I don't.
We're miles away by now.
Gunshots everywhere.
I arrive at some rural area.
It's the year 2006. I'm in high school. I'm only 15 and the only thoughts going through my mind are about government, war, racism, and school. Specifically, government and school. As I arrive at school, I'm told from a friend that my school is closing. I hear all the time in the radio, on the television, even on the newspaper, that taxpayers' money goes to a war most Americans don't even believe in. Meanwhile, schools like mine are closing. This is my opinion, and I want the world to hear it. But no matter how much I speak out, my words can't save my school. I don't want to have to go to the army in order to succeed, in order to fulfill and have a good education. I want a life where I go off to college, start a family, settle down somewhere. But in order to fulfill my dreams, I have to finish school in a system where a government I hate controls my future. Soon though, I'll be able to think for myself. And with that freedom of thought comes the freedom to decide my future.
I was 20 years old in the United States Army Special Forces. At this point in my military career, I was a specialist 4th class. I enlisted, volunteered, with the expectation that after basic training I'd be shipped off to the NAM, Vietnam, the land of jungle, heat, and Viet Cong, the place where I would one day spend a year and a half of my youth. However, before I got shipped off to the jungle, in the typical Army fashion, I was sent to Alaska in the middle of the goddamn winter. And trust me, Alaska in the winter is far from the land of jungle or heat. Our mission was to train a team of Eskimo scouts in the Alaska National Guard. And only because we seemed like hours of romping through the Alaskan wilderness, I found a large dead tree stump, which I promptly dragged back to camp and threw on the fire. It burned the rest of the night. Upon our return from our camping trips, we would spend time staying in small Eskimo villages. It was at one of these villages our team decided we would teach the Eskimos how to fish. Of course, the Eskimo people are a fishing culture. They didn't need our help with this particular job. But they had never blown a hole in ice with get cord and fished with. The strategy behind grenade fishing is to drop a grenade in the water to stun the fish so that they float to the surface, then reach under the ice, thick enough to land a plane on, and scoop all the fish out. It was around the 14th or 15th fish when we realized that it started to snow pretty hard. We gathered our equipment and the day's catch and headed back to what was called the National Guard Armory, but what was really just a small 2-room building with a space heater and room on the floor to sack out. This was the 9th day of our trip. We were heading back in the morning to recuperate for a few days and then ship out to the jungle. We weren't planning on a blizzard. After the 3rd day of heavy snowfall and unsafe landing conditions, we ran out of food. Our lieutenant decided he would head to the next village to await extraction. We weren't sad to see him go. Because the storm wasn't expected to let up for another 2 to 3 days, we had to figure out a way to eat. The villagers took turns taking our team in and feeding us for the next 3 days until the storm let up and we were able to head home. This was the end of my time in Alaska. I left with some new friends, some interesting memories, and a pair of sealskin snow moccasins, or mucklucks, made for me by one of the elder women in the village. Now,